Alright, here is the Nostalgia brand Retro Electric Water Kettle. So you see it has a little temperature gauge on here, so I drink hot coffee, hot black coffee all day long, and then eventually I get heartburn so bad I gotta quit. I still want a hot beverage, so I drink hot water in the evening times all the time. Obviously you can use it for tea or whatever, but I don't drink tea. So we like this Nostalgia brand, we like the looks of it. You can see here we have the toaster oven, we also have the microwave, and we just got the coffee pot. We like the looks of them, and we've had good experiences with the products themselves. So, good packaging again. Lots of cardboard to keep it safe. A substantial booklet. Here's the little base. This is what you plug in. It is a 3-pronger. So this is nice looking. It has the temperature gauge here, and this button will just turn on to boil it. And then here you can see how much water it holds. When you take this off, the top is plastic, but everything else inside there is metal. Well, I guess the little piece on the handle is plastic, but you're not gonna, that shouldn't be touching your water. It has these little grates here to keep for the water to go out, and it goes in here. Right, so it's pretty good. I originally got this little Hamilton Beach one, and it worked perfectly fine. Same operation, it just had the little push down button to turn on, just like this one has, and had the little water meter here. But it had a little plastic in here, this little guy. But it was fine, but it did not have a temperature sensor. And like I said, I don't drink it for tea or anything like that. I just drink straight hot water, and you'll obliterate your internal system if you drink it too hot. So it should be, you know, below, I think 160 or something. So then I purchased this one from Krups, and it has a button to boil or set the temperature. It's not plugged in. When you plugged in, you can set the temperature, and it will tell you the temperature on this here. So like instead of just setting it to boil, like this one, you can set it to like 175 degrees, and then one time I pour a cup, it will be cool enough that I can drink it probably. And it was all metal in here, but still somehow, see like there, it's kind of, I guess pitting is what you call it. Looks like it's kind of like rusting or something inside there, so. And obviously you don't want to drink water like that. All right, let me find a way to plug these in, and we'll do a little hot water test. All right, so here we are with the hot water showdown. Hamilton Beach, Krups, and Nostalgia. I filled them all three up with tap water, but somehow they're different temperatures. Like this one is currently at 46, and this one looks like 80. It is, I stuck my finger in there, which I wouldn't normally recommend, but I did. And this one definitely is colder than this one. I don't know why. This one doesn't have a temperature on it. The Hamilton Beach holds 1 liter. This holds 1.7, and this one holds also 1.7. Now the benefit of the Hamilton and the Nostalgia, they have this little guy here where you can see. It's kind of hard to see on the Hamilton Beach one. The Nostalgia ones tell a lot easier, maybe because it's a lighter color on the side and this one's black on the side. I don't know. This one you just can't tell unless you open it up and take a look. But you can see there. All right, and then on this one has a temperature gauge and this one does not. Both of these, the Hamilton and the Nostalgia, you can just turn on with the button and that's it. This one you can choose, you know, it sets 105 degrees, 155, 175, 195, or 212, which would be boiling. And there is just a boil button in case you just wanted to boil it. All right, since these temperatures are so different, this one you open by pressing this button, which I like. That's a pretty handy little guy. This one you can tell you have to push this button and it doesn't always work super great. But neither one of these, the lids do not come off. So to clean it, it's hard. My hand's too big. I can't really get it in there. This one comes fully off. It has like rubber here to keep it in. I mean, I still would have a hard time getting my hand in there, but you get a brush in there better, it'd be easier to clean it. The fact that it comes all the way off instead of this one. This one also is super tall, which makes it kind of a pain to fill up in the sink. Now this one was really easy to fill up because it's shorter, but of course it holds less water. All right, so we're gonna do a little test here. Now we'll go with this one first since I don't have the temperature of it, and it has the least amount of, it holds the least amount of water, so I would assume it's gonna be the fastest. So let me push this down. So you can see it lights up when it comes on. So we'll time the boiling process. When this completes, it will just pop up and the light will go off. You can hear it percolating now at almost 2 minutes. So you can see the steam starting to come out. And it goes off. So like 4:54, something like that. So roughly 5 minutes. All right, so 1 second, we'll test the Krups. So let me reset this. So we're still at 46 degrees here. So it's weird that this is so much colder. So the 20-degree variance would affect the time. Now these are both the same size, so that will help to compare them. So let's hit the boil button. All right, so now we started this one, and we'll count it here. One good thing about this one, you can watch the timer, the temperature count upwards. And then of course this will remain showing you what temperature you have it set to. So like I said, you can set it to different temperatures, such as 175 is normally what I do when I want to make just some hot water to drink. So this will let you know what you have it set to. So obviously it's set to boiling now. So you can see it doesn't get too loud even when it's almost boiling. It's a I don't know how much the microphone's picking up, but it's not too loud. I don't know if the camera's picking up, but there's a little steam coming out. So with the Hamilton Beach, it was all steam was coming out all around here. Here, it's only coming out the spout. So there, it's done. So that loud beep is really annoying. And it does that every time, no matter what you set it to. So, I mean, it's good, I guess. I guess there's a little steam coming out here. So it's good, I guess, to let you know it's done. If you're not checking it, maybe you're in another room. But it's also, if I'm trying to make this at nighttime, then it beeps and everyone else in the house could hear it. Or, you know, if someone's sleeping. I mean, it's not too loud, but it's still loud enough to be annoying. And I'd rather not do that. All right, now we're going to start the Nostalgia. It is, it's looking like the Nostalgia is somewhere between 60 and 100. I'm going to say 80 degrees. That seems warmer than it should be, but who knows. As you can tell, this one lights up as well. It is a red light, whereas it's kind of an orange light or amber light on the Hamilton Beach. And I would say this one's even brighter. If you're just basing it on looks, of course, my wife will definitely prefer this one. I mean, the Hamilton Beach is the most boring one, and these two would be the coolest looking ones. This one because it has the digital screen, and this one just because the whole package is pretty neat looking. All right, so right around the 6 minute mark, a little more 6 minutes. I must say that Nostalgia is the clear winner at this point because it's, that gets hot. Don't touch that. The handle's, of course, not hot. So this one holds, well, a lot more water than the Hamilton Beach. It only took about a minute longer. So it's almost twice. This is 1 liter versus 1.7 liters. And this one only took 1 minute longer. It holds the same amount as this Krups, and it didn't take a fraction of the time. Well, this was, I don't remember what that was, like 8 minutes or something. Hot, hot. Not hot. That's one thing. I mean, it's warm. This is warm to the touch, but I could hold my hand on here. I will not hold my hand on this and not hold my hand on this. So that's another factor. The Hamilton Beach, you have no idea how high it is currently. This one has a thermometer on it still, and this one, as long as it's on the base, you can push the button and it will tell you what the temperature remains at. This one has a stay warm feature, so like if you press the temperature button and just hold it, like if I hold it now at 212, see this little icon here? That means it'll keep it at temperature. So now it's going to boil it to 212 again, and then it will just hold it, and then if it drops below a certain threshold, it will boil it again for up to like 30 minutes. However, I find I don't use that because once you boil water or have it whatever temperature, by the time it gets to, you know, if it's at 150 or even 120, just hitting the button again is pretty much as fast as letting it do this warming thing. And see, it beeps like that all the time. And if you have the warmer on, it just beeps every time it heats itself back up, which is annoying. So I just go to the temperature I want it at, and then when I come back and I want to heat it back up, you can just hit this little temperature button here, this one, to the temperature you want, and it gets heated back up fairly quickly. You know, it takes longer to heat the whole thing up, but once it's at a decent temperature, it's pretty fast to heat back up. Alright, so of these three guys here, I mean, we're keeping the Nostalgia because we like the looks of it. The Hamilton Beach is perfectly fine, there's no problems with it, but it's my least favorite of the three. The Nostalgia is cool looking, and it has a temperature gauge, and it heats up way faster than this guy. I do like how the digital one is easier to read, and I like being able to set it for different temperatures, like this is just boiling or not. And this one, you can set it for all these temperatures here, and I like that. But this one beeps like crazy, and I don't like that. And obviously, it's way taller. You know, it's almost an inch or two taller than this guy, so that makes it a pain to fill up full of water, and it takes up a lot of counter space. Once again, the Nostalgia is only slightly bigger than this guy, even though it holds almost twice as much water. So, and the Nostalgia one comes in multiple different colors. My wife likes this color, but all said and done, Nostalgia is what we're keeping. The Hamilton Beach, I never had a problem with. The Krups, as I said, that little mark, I think you call that pitting right in there. That little mark, I don't want to touch it because it's hot. I started doing that, and I haven't had this thing that long, so that's not a good sign. Even though Krups is a good brand, it shouldn't do that. I don't know if you can fix that or if it's just toast at this point, but either way, we're getting rid of it. And we're keeping this guy. All of them have a pretty similar base, just a little nub. It will fit on the other ones, but I don't know if you should do that. Alright, so that's all I got. Nostalgia is our pick, but you know, they're all fine products with the exception of the Krups having that pitting issue. So I don't know if they would give me a new one if I wanted it or not. But either way, I'm not messing with it because we already have this one. I realized I didn't show them pouring. I've already poured that one out, so don't worry about that. The Nostalgia one actually pours nicer, I think. So this is the Krups. So it's so tall, it's kind of heavy. You know, I'm really strong, so it doesn't matter for me. But if you're not as strong as me, you may have a, like a little old lady may have trouble picking this up. And the Krups, I poured that out. The Krups, I think is the weight distribution is really good. I feel fine holding it. And it pours a lot prettier, right? It's got a nice smooth pour. You know, whereas this one, didn't look as nice, right? So that's it. That just reinforces nostalgia's my pick for the winter. All right, it's been about a week and we've had this water heater here, or the, I don't know what you call it, electric kettle, I guess. You can tell it's on right now. I mean, it's still warm right now because I'm still using it. It's 5 o'clock, so basically this is where our setup is. In the morning, every night, I'll get the coffee pot ready, we'll set the program, and I'll let it heat. I keep the water kettle back here. The coffee pot, does its thing. We've had no problems with this. Same brand, Nostalgia. It's been an excellent product. Once we're done with coffee for the day, we scoot this back, pull the old water guy out, and throughout the day, I just keep hot water in here, so I drink it. I'm literally drinking it right now, and I'll just drink hot water the rest of the day. And then at nighttime, once I start getting ready for bed, I put this one away and I pull the coffee pot out and get it ready for the next morning. But as I was saying, I've gotten rid of the Krups and the Hamilton Beach, and I couldn't be more happy with this thing. It's worked out perfectly. It keeps the water warm for a decent amount of time. I like having the temperature gauge here, so it's still warm enough that I like it above the 100-degree mark. But I can tell it's not going to be 200 degrees and burn my mouth to pieces. It works quick. It pours efficiently. There's no spilling, no dripping. It's just an excellent product, and I'm a big fan of it, and I'm glad we got it. So it gets the big thumbs up. All right, thanks for checking us out. I highly recommend this guy.